Welcome to the Spiritual Fitness Podcast, and I'm your host, Eric Bigger. And today I have a great episode. We're going to talk about balancing your personal and work life and highlight the importance of time management and life alignment. Now, before I get started, I just want to welcome all the listeners that have been here weeks and weeks and weeks. As you know, we got into a new transition from bigger talks to spiritual fitness. And on these episodes, we're going to talk about all things health, well being, spirituality, fitness, abundance, co creation, and really living into your ultimate purpose alignment of your life. But today, we want to talk about personal and work life balance. So, when you think about personal and work life balance, what does that mean? So, for people who might have a 9 to 5 and they go to work, 5 days a week, 9 to 5, maybe Thursday, Friday nights, they go out, have a drink, they go to happy hour, or they meet up with some friends. And that's part of their personal life outside of work. Some people have kids and they don't really have too much of a personal life. It's just home, work, work, home. And then you have people who work for themselves, who are entrepreneurs, self-employed, where they have a lot of personal time, and some of them have a lot of work time, but some of them don't have a lot of work time. So, in this conversation, in this podcast episode, I'm just going to break down the importance of having a personal and a work life. And to be quite frank, my challenge in life is having fun, right? Creating fun in my life because I'm always working and I love working. I think work is important. I think work gives you a purpose. I think work gives you something to look forward to. I remember and over COVID when people were sitting out for so long just at home, people like, I'm so happy to be off. But then some people's like, man, I want to get back to work. I want to get back to doing things. Because I think one of the most important things in life is to have something to look forward to. And usually you get that from work, right? Or your relationship. But let's talk about the balance of personal and work, the yin and yang. Work hard, play hard. So how I see it, your personal life is, the things outside of work, outside of your passions. It could be your quiet time. It could be time with family. It could be time in the gym alone, working out, right? Meditation, your relationships. And I think in order, write this down. I want you to think about this and write this down. In order to live a purposeful, driven life, to live in your highest timeline capacity of your evolution of who you are and what you want, I believe you must not only set boundaries, but have some type of spiritual practice for the persona of who you are. So every morning when I get up, I have a routine. So write this down. You must have a routine, a morning routine. I don't care if it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You have to connect with the spirit of yourself before you connect with anyone else, right? Because that sets the day, that sets the tone. When I get up meditating, I'm only meditating for 5 minutes. I'm doing 2 rounds of breath work, right? Deep breathing. I'm praying. I'm doing my affirmations. I take my supplements. I go to the gym. Boom. Those 5 to 6 things gets me going, right? Like right now, I'm on the East Coast. I'm traveling. I'm here in Baltimore. I'm staying in a hotel. So time is flying on the East Coast. So I still have to set boundaries and create space around my persona, around the person that I am before I talk to a family member, a friend, before I take on a client early in the morning. I got to make sure the persona of Eric Bigger spirit is fit, right? The soul of me has been fed through my lens, through the things I do, from meditating, praying, affirmations, working out, supplements, and even playing with my imagination, right? However, that's part of it, right? So that's the day to day. I believe every day for the person, you need to have some type of routine. It don't have to be exactly like mine's, but I think we need to create that, right? Okay, cool. So we go from person and then personal balance. So that's just the morning time. Now, most of us we go to work, right? I have clients, some of us go to work. So imagine you're setting your intentions every morning to have a routine, and then you go to work, right? Now, when you go to work, you have a break. What are you doing on your break? Are you eating? Are you doing more work? I think on your break, if you're at work, you should set the intentions to take time the person that you are for you. Take 10 minutes. I want you to take 10 minutes. Write this down. So we got the morning routine. That's one. This is all for the persona, for the personal balance. So at break, lunchtime, I want you to take at least 10 minutes of your 30 minutes or your hour break And I want you to set 10 minutes to yourself to even sit in silence, play with your imagination, or do something that's going to benefit you as a person, that's not going to benefit you as a business owner or a worker or an employee, right? Do something for yourself because you're feeding the spirit of you, right? Before anything else. So when you have a break, 10 minutes, set 10 minutes aside. Cool. All right, you have your break, you go back to work, work's over with. Some of us got to go get the kids. Some of us might go to the gym. Some of us might have more work to do, might work overtime. But as you set in the end of your day for the person that you are, you please, 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 before you go to bed at night, and I'm concise, making this concise so you can kind of break it down. You set intentions for the next day, but you make sure you go to sleep in peace, right? That's going to give you more balance in your body and in your mind. Now, things are not perfect. Things are not always going to be perfect, but I want you to know before you go to sleep every night, I don't care what's going on in the world, try your best to go to sleep in peace. I don't want you to go to sleep in anger. And I want you to set your day up for success the next day. So, what I do uh, before bed the next day, I'm writing my to do list of what I got to do the next day from working out, clients, run errands, whatever it is, because it's setting up my vibration, my frequency of who I am for success without me having to rush and do it the next morning. Some of you might do it early in the morning, but I prefer to do it at night. So for the personal balance, it's very simple. Morning routine, have a morning routine. Midday, lunch break, or even if you don't work, right? I didn't say that. Take an hour to yourself, middle of the day, and do nothing or do something that's going to benefit you, right? So I told you about the 10 minutes. That's on the break at lunch, right? Doing something that's going to benefit the persona. And then at night, I need you to go to sleep in peace, right? Go to sleep in peace and set yourself up for success the next day by doing a to-do list or setting your intentions, right? I think those three things give you balance within a persona of who you are, the personal, right? So, and then I didn't realize I didn't say about an every day of your day to day, try to find something that's fun, right? Try to find something that's fun. My fun is reading a new book. I might be on YouTube. I might be studying astrology, numerology. Find some fun in your day to day life. Going to the gym is fun, but I would say more like numerology, astrology is fun to me, or talking to someone I don't know. Every day of your life, you find fun. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. So I just gave you four things. The first one is morning routine. The second one, midday, find time to do something for yourself, at least 10 minutes. If you're at work, an hour if you work for yourself, right? Or 30 minutes. The third one is do not go to bed angry, go to bed in peace, set your intentions and to-do lists of things to do before bed for the next day. And then last but not least, find fun every day. Every day, find some type of fun. That's going to help, right? All right, now we get to work. How do we balance work? Okay, when you get to work, what is your intentions before you go to work? So before I see a client, I pray, right? Before every session, I'm praying. I'm setting intentions. I'm thinking about my client. I'm thinking about their challenges, their changes, the conversations we had over the last few days or weeks. And I'm going into prayer, creating new portals to open up so they can receive from my higher self and their higher self can come to the session and we can have a phenomenal session, right? So I do this before all my clients, meetings, everything. So I want you for the work, before you go into work, what intention do you want to set? Set an intention. Have an intention for work. Don't just go to work like, oh yeah, yeah. Then you're gonna be all over the place, right? You're not gonna have balance at work. So before you go to work every day, set an intention. What do you want to get out of work? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to get more customers? Do you want to get new leads? Like, what is your intention for work? I don't want you to just go to work to make money to pay bills. It's not fun. When you set intentions for work, you'll get to have more fun because you'll start seeing things differently. So that's uno. That's number one. Set an intention before work every day, even if it's a job you don't like. And I want you to try this, experiment this, because you're going to see a lot of things change in your life. Two, what is your energy like at work? And the way to discover your energy at work, you need to think about what is your attitude, right? What is your attitude at work? What attitude are you bringing to work? Because your attitude depicts your altitude. You know the phrase. So I always like to be in a high vibration, good energy with a positive attitude with love. I'm coming with, love, right? So my word, I think everyone should have a word of the month, each month of the year. So my word for this month is love. So everything I do is going to be with love, right? So what is your attitude? What is your energy like? So one is set intention before work. When you're at work, what do you think about your energy and your attitude? That's going to depict a lot of your experiences at work. And then as you're closing out of work, what's your intentions after work? I want you to set another intention, right? Because the more intentional we are, the more we can expand our life and our consciousness, right? So when you get off of work, are you just gonna go to happy hour, or are you gonna go home? Like maybe some of us go home, we go to happy hour, or we go to the gym. But I want you to intentionally set the intention. I don't want you to think about it. I want you to really think about it, write it out, and say this is what's gonna happen, because I feel like most of us wing it. And I'm gonna get into why you shouldn't wing your life, because that leads to distraction, that leads to you falling off and out of alignment of your highest timeline. So work. Before work, set an intention, right? At work, what is your energy like and what attitude do you have? And three, set another intention when you're leaving work, right? You want to clean it up. You want to, so with those things I just reiterated about personal and work, try those things out, try those steps, and set those intentions and be aware of what I just said. Write it down, listen to this over and over, share this video, subscribe to the Spiritual Fitness Podcast, like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Eric Bigger, and download the episode and listen. But I really want you to intentionally listen to this and go back to the things I said to benefit you moving forward. Because when we do things with intention, we expand our life. Now, cool. Let's talk about time management and let's talk about boundaries and distractions. All right, time management. When I go to the gym every morning, I put my timer on my phone. This is like something, a tool you can use, a timer on your phone. I put my timer on 35 minutes. I don't need to be in the gym for an hour. I get 35 minutes out every day. I make sure I do cardio. I make sure I work on my entire body. So that's 35 minutes. I'm at least spending 10 minutes in the morning before the gym doing my spiritual stuff, right? At least 10. When you go to the gym, if you go to the gym, you should set a timer. You should also set a timer if you have traffic going to work, how long it should take you to get ready. So say, for instance, it might take you 17 or 22 minutes. Put the timer on. Time yourself. This is being intentional about your time. So you're not rushing or your energy is scattered. Use the phone. The phone works. Also, I set an alarm to wake me up every morning, right? 5:30, 5:20, 5:45, right? These things, this phone, this timer is a tool that most of us use, but we probably don't use for that part, which I do. So set the timer, right? So I would time how long you're in the gym. I would set, if you don't go to the gym in the morning, I would definitely set how long does it take for you to get to work. Yeah, every day is different. I understand that, but I want you to get in alignment of some consistency and say, I have no less than 20 minutes to get ready, right? I need at least 20. So put the time on 20, you need to be out of the house, or 15, whatever works. But I want you to get real intentional, because this is going to go into something greater later as I continue to discuss. So your time is important. Your time management is important. Also, another thing you need to do, boundaries here in time. And I know, because I don't believe, because I've done it over years, energy leakage. I put my phone on do not disturb, right? Because I don't want anyone calling me when most times people don't want anything. It's friend or family, they just want energy, tell you about something that doesn't pertain to what we're doing now, right? You want to think about, put your phone on focus, or the thing, if you got an iPhone, most of us do, or maybe you don't got an Android, it's fine, Samsung. Put your phone on do not disturb. Just don't let people keep calling you when they don't want anything. You're leaking your energy. They don't need anything. You have nothing to give them, especially in your work hours. When you're at work, you're at work, right? Now, some of us have partners, have kids. I get that. Answer the phone. But I'm trying to teach you how to create boundaries around your energy for your benefit, for your vibration, for your frequency, for your fitness of your spirit, right? So I put my phone on do not disturb most days. And if it's a missed call and someone important, I'll call them back, right? Like, I've been home for a week now. So, certain people haven't seen, okay, I'm gonna call them back right away. But I'm not just allowing people to just get in my energy field and just calling me because they can, right? So that's another thing you can use. Do not disturb when you're at work, or when you're on a podcast, or when you're having a meeting, or whatever, or you on the phone right now, you could be talking, you still put do not disturb. So those things help you not leak your energy and help you create boundaries without saying no, right? You don't even got to answer, because the phone is the boundary. The do not disturb button option is a tool that creates the boundary, right? Let's get into boundaries. What are boundaries? Boundaries are things and ways to protect you or to keep you from things that don't need your energy, time, or space. So boundaries has been a challenge in my life because I love people so much. I don't know how to say no, but some people you need to tell no. And sometimes the person you love the most, it could be your spouse, it could be your parent, your mom, dad, your siblings. Sometimes you got to tell your pets no, right? Like boundaries, like, no, we don't do that. To any of you listening right now, I'm pretty sure most of you might have a hard time setting boundaries with people you love the most because you're so afraid it's going to hurt or hinder a relationship or it's going to hurt their feelings. But here's the thing, if you know you're sitting in some truth, right, that someone you love needs to know, but you're not telling them and you're constantly being, you know, hurt inside because you're choosing not to say it, that's because you don't have strong boundaries. So guess what? They're gonna walk all over you like they always been. They're gonna take advantage of you. They're gonna call you when they want. They're not gonna respect you. They're not gonna respect your time. They're not gonna respect your energy. They're not gonna respect your space. That's why I said set the timer in the morning. Set the timer when you're in the gym. Put the phone on do not disturb. Stop letting people just come in and get what you want, right? Even in business, when you take, one-on-one calls, like 15 minutes, that's it. I'm not going past maybe 20, right? Like this is a boundary you have to set. So boundaries, you have to have the tough conversations to have a phenomenal life experience, right? For you to be in ultimate alignment. Because like I said, the topic of this episode is personal and work life balance. So I'm teaching you how to set boundaries around your energy and around your personal and your work life so you can create ultimate fulfillment within your soul. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable telling people no that you love, that you probably always told yes. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable telling your spouse that no, you can't do that for them, or your sibling, or even your child that you can't give them money no more. It's going to hurt, right? I just had to tell a client I would love to train and coach this person. They want to train Mondays at 7:45. Look, my schedule's booked from 6 to 9. That's a boundary, right? Right? Instead of me trying to make it work and move things around, like, no, 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 no. This is my schedule. If you can't fit in that, I can't train you. I'm sorry. I would love to take on a new client if I could, but I can't at that time. Right? That's a boundary, all because I have a schedule. So, like I said in the beginning, when you have something to look forward to, it creates a schedule for you. That's why whoever created the world and created jobs knew from 9 to 5 that it gives you structure, it sets intention based on what work or industry you're in, and it sets boundaries. When you're in school and you're at work, you can't answer the phone when you're working. That's a boundary, right? So now you have to be the CEO of your life, right? And not the CEO or the employee for the CEO who you're working for, working with. Be the master of your time, energy, space, and what you give. It's very important to set boundaries. Learn how to say no. Even when you can do something for someone, it doesn't mean you have to always do it. Like I'm also in the process of I have a new project that I'm working on. I have to set boundaries for that. And I'm putting a timer on that, right? 30 minutes for an hour I'm writing. It's a boundary. Phone on do not disturb. I got my AirPods on, I'm going to work, but I got that boundary set. I got that portal protecting me from any and everything getting in because they're not in alignment of what I need them to be at that time. So we have to set the boundaries. So what did I just discuss right here? What I just brought up was that you have to have boundaries, right? You have to have boundaries at work. You have to have boundaries in your personal life because if you don't, guess what? You're gonna be all over the place. You're gonna be chaotic. Time management, right? Time management. You gotta put on times, right? Like time is everything. So time management, setting boundaries is so important. So important for your fulfillment. Now let's get into distractions. The ultimate intention for giving you this information is so you don't get caught up in the matrix trap of distractions. So I said this earlier this week on Instagram. The world is full of distractions. The Super Bowl, NBA All-Star Weekend, Stanley Cup, Fashion Week, BET Awards, I don't know, Vanity Fair, the Oscars, the Grammys. All these things happen every year. Guess what they are? If you're not in those fields or those industries. For you are being distracted with other people's passion and projects and things they have going on. Now, granted, entertainment is everything, but honestly, entertainment is a distraction from yourself, from you. How many of us know more about a celebrity than we know about our spouse? How many of us know more about the TV show Snowfall or family, whatever? I'm just giving you names. How many of us know a power or I don't know, John Wicked? I don't, I'm just saying there's movies, there's TV shows, there's Netflix series, The Circle, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. Like, let's talk about it, right? We give so much power, love, and energy to those shows because it's entertainment. It hits that dopamine. It's the pleasure cycle. We're gonna avoid pain because we want pleasure. So I'm gonna go watch this show for an hour and not write my book. Watch this show for an hour and not put my health and go to the gym. Watch this show for an hour and not go to sleep on time because I don't have no boundaries set for myself. I'm not the CEO of my life. I'm the employee of the world. I don't want you to be, after this episode, you do not need to be an employee of the world. You need to be the employee and CEO of you. So this is why you have to, your time management is important, boundaries is important. You got to be aware that everything that you see on social media, mass media, with the war going on, all of it is a distraction from your purpose and your power. I don't care what anyone says, it's a distraction. It's nothing going on in the world that much that you're distracted. But what it is that you have FOMO, fear of missing out. So you're afraid if you don't go to this event, you don't go to this party, you don't take this date, you don't watch this movie, you don't go to this red carpet, you don't take this vacation, that you're missing out. And I'm here to tell you, you're not missing out unless you're not allowing yourself to live life and experience life. A lot of us are just working to live. You know what I'm saying? We're not living to work. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta live a little and work, but don't make work your life. Don't make work your living unless it's something you really do, like playing basketball, or baseball, or football, whatever that's your passion project, and it doesn't feel like work, right? You get it. It's context, connotation. So be aware of the world distractions distracting you from everything. And I want to tell you right now, stop watching the news. Please stop watching the news. Stop watching the news. There's a lot of fear in there, a lot of low frequencies, a lot of things that's getting you out of your alignment of your soul and your purpose. Listen, I need your spirit to be fit on all levels, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, of course. I need you to be fit, but I need you to set boundaries, personal and work, and then within yourself. I was telling someone, I had one on a date not too long ago, and the person was like, "Yeah, I haven't heard from you in a while." I was like, "Yeah, I've been busy. I noticed my energy was scattered. So just boundaries, boundaries." And she was saying, it sounds like that's somebody else's behavior that's causing you that. I said, no, it's not. That other person's behavior is myself. I'm not setting boundaries with myself. I'm not telling myself, no, I can't go out. I'm not telling myself, no, I shouldn't text that person back. Because if I don't have the time or energy to hold a conversation about nothing or maybe about something, and I'm not in that alignment, I'm letting my energy leak, like I spoke on before, and I'm not getting to my ultimate highest self because I'm not setting boundaries within myself. So you have to manage yourself, set boundaries within yourself. Like, no, I thought you said you're not drinking during the week. So why are you having a drink at happy hour? I thought you said you only have a drink on the weekend, right? No. I thought you said you're not smoking for 30 days, but you're smoking now. Where's the boundary at? Where's the respect? The self-respect? Where's the balance, right? So hopefully that explains the importance of boundaries, time management, and how distractions can take you out of line. Don't get distracted, people, please. It's easy. The world has programmed us to be distracted, to watch the news, to go to the events, to be on social media, to know more about celebrities than we know about ourselves, right? That's a distraction. And they're making money off of you being distracted. And you might not be making the money or where you want to be because you're distracted. Partying, drinking, smoking, distractions. Or you're feeling voids because you don't want to look at your truth or your wounds, right? So let's get out of that frequency. Also, too, so I gave you a little snippet on personal and work life balance. I also want to talk a little bit about living in ultimate alignment. So the reason you want to set these intentions and have these routines and have this balance is because you want to live in ultimate abundance of your life's purpose. Now, some of us work in a space where we're not happy, but we're making money. So I'm here to tell you, the more you do that, the more you're just going to get yourself way out of alignment. Then there's some of us who work and have a passion and purpose that we're not even putting energy into it because you don't have no boundaries with yourself. So you're not even or you don't have time management. You're not even giving yourself time. Let's say you got to work. I'm not knocking that. Work on a job you barely like. You make good money. Give your side thing or your side hustle or your passion or the thing you really want to do, give it some time. Set time aside. Set a boundary. Say, look, every day or every week, I'm going to give my passion project 2 to 3 hours of my time. And write it down. Y'all should be taking notes listening to this. Write it down. Your purpose matters. Because when you're in your purpose, you're able to get more out of yourself than when you're not. And you're just doing something because you got to make money and pay bills. That's not the way to live. Now, and I get it, some of us in different circumstances and situations, but I'm saying at least, even if you're not going to make money off of the thing you like doing, at least give it some energy because it's going to change the energy within for the energy that you're going to bring out of you, right? You know how some people just love playing basketball. They go play 2 or 3 hours of basketball. They feel good. Some people like dancing. Some people like doing art. Some people love just doing yoga, right? You do these little things or Pilates. It makes their spirit, right? We want your spirit to be fit. It makes it feel better. So if you're listening to this episode, subscribe to the YouTube, right? Hit the YouTube, subscribe. Listen, share this episode, download Spiritual Fitness Podcast, and connect with me. DM me on Instagram at Eric Bigger. Comment here on the YouTube and let's chat. But I want your spirit to be fit, but I want you to have personal and work life balance. And I want you to be in the highest frequency of your total alignment. I always say, my only assignment is to be in alignment for my purpose. If I'm not in alignment of my purpose, that means I'm not setting boundaries. I'm not saying no. I don't have no time management. I have no intentions being set, and I have no balance. I'm all over the place. I need you to be balanced mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, and spiritually. But you have to set the bar. You have to set the tone with your morning routine, with taking time throughout your day, your work day for yourself. Where's your attitude at when you're at work? What are you doing right before bed? Are you going to bed in peace? Are you creating those spaces and portals and energies for yourself to be your highest and your best? That's what it's about. Health is not just your body, it's your mind, it's your spirit, it's your energy, and everything is energy. So this podcast is dedicated to you to say, listen, I'm gonna get in ultimate alignment. I'm gonna set boundaries. I'm gonna learn how to say no. I'm gonna put myself on schedules. I'm gonna set time. I'm gonna time block, and I'm gonna get it done. And I'm gonna be successful. And I'm not gonna be distracted by the world. I'm gonna be focused on my world that I want to create to make the world a better place. It's miracle season, people. So again, thank you for listening. Hopefully this episode resonates with you. You understand it and you fully get it. And it was concise enough and simplified enough where it make sense. So share, subscribe, like, connect with me on social. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Download the podcast, Spiritual Fitness with Eric Bigger. It's going down. It's miracle season. Get you some merch. Go to itsmiracleseason.co. And by the way, you want 50% off. Use a promo code MSeason, all caps, get you half off your merch. Shouts out to Simplify Impact. I love them. They host and take care of all of my YouTube and my social media for my podcast. You guys should check them out and become a part of what they create and be in their vortex and vibration. More importantly, stay safe, be lifted and gifted. Spiritual Fitness Podcast is here, and we're going to elevate, we're going to evolve, we're going to scale, and we're going to help individuals change their life through the power of their mind, their spirit, and the evolution of what they desire to have. I'm out. It's been great. Talk to you guys soon. Peace and love. Thank you.